Oh, man.
Let's get some prize picks in today, guys. Of course, this donkey decided to get ejected last night, as he normally does. So he obviously went under that 6.5 assists. He got ejected with around 8 minutes left in the third quarter. That's going to affect how Curry plays. So Curry also did not go over. As for the other stacks here, Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan did not hit together. DeMar, of course, went under, while Vucevic went over by about 4 points there. And then Jaylen Brown and Derek White was looking very good, but Derek White could not find that last assist. If you also took Jason Tatum's taco, that also hit, but overall 2 and 4 days, so nothing impressive there. But get onto the board for today. I do have some great early value. That's why this video is a bit earlier than normal. And the first one I'm going to start off with is Van Vliet. This line is set too high. It should be set around 17.5, maybe 18. So I'm telling you now, it's likely going to get bumped. I'm going to take the under 18.5 points. And if you check Fred Van Vliet on the sports books, he's basically set at 17.5. He has some slight juice towards the over 17.5, but 18.5 is too high for him. And I do like the fact that it ends in a multiple of 3. As you know, Van Vliet is a 3-point shooter. I mean, he's attempting 7, 7, 7, 5, 8, 10, 11, right? So when you have it at 18, when he's at 15 and gets a 3-pointer, we still hit at under 18.5. We would not hit at that 17.5. So I do like that. And for similar concept, we're going to grab Orlando Robinson on the under 9.5. Of course, he's not as much of a 3-point shooter as Van Vliet, but he does take threes, so he does get points from 3, and he shoots quite efficiently here. You can see he got 2 out of 3, 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2, 1 out of 1. So we're going to be grabbing him on the under 9.5 points this time. So if you check Orlando Robinson's line, it is at 9.5 on Prizepicks. I do expect this to get moved down to 9, so we're going to get it at 9.5 while it's still there. On the sportsbooks, he is set at 8.5. So again, this is even bigger difference because if you have 6 points now, you're shooting at 3, we're at 9. So that's more likely to happen actually, because if he gets like 3 2-pointers and then a 3-pointer, I could see him at exactly 9. So you want to get him at 9.5 specifically. So that's going to be the first 2 picks of the slip. So both similar concept. They're both set too high. We're grabbing them on the unders. So the next one is going to be actually on CJ McCollum, and it's a stack I took recently. It's going to be CJ McCollum on the under 6 assists this time. He does clear this quite often. I mean, if you check the previous games, he's been sitting at like 5 very often. Past 2 games, he's trailed down a bit. So he's set at 6. I do like the under, and I'll show you why. CJ McCollum on the sportsbooks is set at 5.5. Yes, juice towards that over, but at 6, I think it's a very, very fair line, and he's very unlikely to get to that 7. So we at least push on that. Now we're going to grab him with Herb Jones, but this time not on the points. We're actually going to grab him on the under 16.5 points and assists. Again, this is a line that is set too high. So Herbert Jones, points assists, if you check on a sports book, check any of them, but he's going to be set at 15.5. We're getting him at 16.5, so again, we get that point in our favor. So all these lines that I'm saying right now, I do expect to get bumped, except CJ. I do see Orlando maybe at 9, Fred Van Vliet probably at 18, and then Herb Jones probably going to get bumped to 16. Like his points already got bumped, right? I think it was at 13.5. They moved down to 13. So that is going to be the first 4 of the slip. Before we get into the last stack, I'm going to do a little rapid fire round of lines I do think are going to get bumped that are too high or too low. And the first one right here is Joel Embiid on the over 33.5 points. I do see this line getting bumped to around 34. So I'll just say that right now, and we'll go over it in tomorrow's video, see how many of these lines actually do get bumped. The next one I think is too high is going to be Bojan. He's set at 20.5. I do think he'll get bumped down to either 20.5. Yeah, likely 20.5, not 19.5. But if you do, basically I'm saying this because if you guys do like overs or unders on these players, wait until they get bumped because they likely will. So Joel Embiid, if you do like his under, wait till he gets bumped to 34 so you at least get that half point. Same with Bojan. I do think he's too high at 20.5. So if you like his over, wait till he gets bumped to 20. And the last one is Rozier. He's set at 22.5. If you like his over, grab him now. If you like his under, wait till he gets bumped to that 23. Not saying they for sure will, but I'm pretty sure that these guys are set a bit too low or too high, so they will get either bumped up by 0.5 or maybe even 1. So if you do like the unders, wait until they get bumped. So that's going to be it. But for the actual slip, we're going to go with Middleton to end it off. We're going to go with Middleton on the over 9.5 rebounds and assists. And I'll show you, we flagged this on OddsJuice here, minus 123. 55% liking to hit. The thing is, I'm not going to be grabbing Giannis on the points plus assists because I don't want to over leverage it with the assists. I want Middleton to be the one that's assisting players on this team, not Giannis. So what I'm going to be doing here is grabbing this over 9.5 rebounds assists, like I said. And then for Giannis, we're actually going to grab him on the over points. I did check the sports books, and he does have some juice towards that over 34.5. So we're going to lock this one in for tonight.